and I wanted to really platform him tonight. And our whole team started talking about it. We started talking about how can we give him the celebration that he deserves and all the work that he has done. So this is Peter Greer, and Peter is the president of Hope International. And so I've asked him to introduce his friend to you.
Well, it really is a privilege to be here to celebrate Jeff Rutt and all that God has done through him. Jeff has been a mentor to me, he's been a friend to me, and one of the things that I've learned about Jeff is he really was impacted by the way in which he grew up in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Lancaster County. And he grew up as the son of a dairy farmer. And so, learning about Jeff, I realized that he had some mentors early in life, and some of his early mentors were actually the cows that he was living with on this farm. And a couple things that the cows taught him. The first thing was at 4 a.m., they're getting up. There's no sleeping in when you grow up on a dairy farm. And the second thing is these cows never took vacation. They had to be milked every single day. And so Jeff grew up in an environment where he learned that work is a gift. And he not only learned that work is a gift, he learned that he himself was called to be a worker. And so he learned the gift of hard work. You don't be a dairy farmer without learning that you have to work hard. When he became a home builder, he started Keystone Custom Homes, and he learned that he had to work hard to exceed his customers' expectations. And so he ended up having this home building company that now has been recognized for 3 times as America's best builder. This company in central Pennsylvania has grown, and it has been honored for the way that it has grown and has provided housing for so many. But when Jeff got into philanthropy, as he started to realize that God had given him all of this for a reason, he was blessed to be a blessing. What he realized is that he wanted to work hard at his philanthropy. He wanted to work hard at his missions. And so when he was, after the fall of the Soviet Union, going over to Ukraine and trying to make a difference, he ended up going over there and realizing that the initial way that he was helping in sending over food and sending over supplies, what was good and appropriate in a short-term way, actually was causing long-term harm. And so he wanted to work hard at loving his Ukrainian brothers and sisters. And so when a pastor said, you've got to help us help ourselves, that caused a very different way of helping. Jeff has worked really hard to build an organization that now is serving over 500,000 families today. But the thing that makes Jeff unique isn't just that he works hard, but it is that he also learned growing up on a farm that it ultimately is God who makes things grow. And there is a humility of Jeff that's going to make him very uncomfortable to be receiving this award. He would much rather talk about his wife, Sue. He would much rather talk about his kids. He would much rather talk about the entrepreneurs that we're able to serve around the world. But we're going to forget all that. And tonight, we are going to honor a man whom God has blessed, who has worked hard, and who is following in the footsteps of his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And it is a privilege to work with and to be here tonight to honor a remarkable entrepreneur, a man of God, Jeff Rutt. So let's give it.
So Jeff, trying to figure out what to get you for an award was difficult. But you may have heard the story that Bob shared about how everyone that comes to his lodge signs the bottom of their table. And so there was a table out in the lobby that was handmade just outside of Atlanta by a friend of mine. The company's called Rustic Trades. And the hope is that everyone here, before you leave, would sign that table. And that is going to become the conference table at Hope International, that we hope that in the future, that incredible and even more innovative new ideas can happen through the entrepreneurs at that table. And so we hope that's a long time legacy for the work we've done. So thank you. And do you have a few things to share?
Sure. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Peter. I really appreciate your humble and brilliant leadership throughout these last years growing Hope. Want to throw a shout out to my family, all of our team here in the U.S. and our indigenous leaders around the world. But the folks that I would really like to honor tonight and would like to accept this award on behalf of are the hardworking folks that are Jane that I had the chance to meet in Zimbabwe this past January, who just not that long ago was facing a lot of situations and challenges that would be similar to like making a tough choice between needing to send her elderly mother to the hospital. And I want you to think about this choice and what you would make. Sending her elderly, sickly mother to the hospital, or buying a bag of rice for her children so that they could have nutritious meals and be able to focus on their schoolwork. I don't know about you, but I'm glad I don't have to make that choice. Fortunately for Jane, our friend Jane had the opportunity to get involved in one of Hope's savings groups, was loved on. The savings group put their arms around her. She grew in her faith, learned about how to provide for herself through starting a small chicken business. She saved about $25, added to that about a $60 loan from her group, ended up starting a chicken business by buying 100 chickens, and was able to grow those chickens. And after, when we were there in January, she had gone through 13 cycles of grow 100 chickens, sell 100 chickens, grow 100 chickens, and she became very successful in the chicken business. To the point where this past December, she went out and bought 13 bars of soap, and she gave them out to 13 widows there in her community. So she started giving back to those widows and started mentoring them. So Jane went from survival to success to significance, and really had dignity restored in her life. It was really using God-given talents and abilities and skills to God's glory. So it's on behalf of Jane that, with humility and honor, I say thank you.
Thank you. It's not like